Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So, tonight's Dhamma talk, I was just going to continue with the theme from yesterday, sort of. Just remember what Luang Por Cha said, just the practice of just this much. Whatever's happening, it is just that much. No more, no less. And the practice is about just constantly adapting to the changing reality of the external world and also the internal world. It's after the rains, so a bit of coming and moving. And also during the holiday. So Miles is left, Megan's visiting her family, David's gone, Ara's going to be gone soon. So just different people coming and going. But hopefully, we're just staying with the present moment and learn to work with what we have. I realized that what I have today is the teaching bug. Not that I'm dying to teach, but I remember this after a lot of Ajahn Brahma's trip, that he's generally sick. And I think it's just the constant moving or whatever, exposing to different people and the different schedules and bits and pieces. So the body just needs time to adjust. And so is the mind. Let's just adapt to the aches and pains, the slight headache or whatever of the body, and not to allow that to be more than that. It's just pain of the body, no more, no less. Take some medication, I need to, that's fine. And then just one moment at a time, no plans for the rest of this evening. I'll sit for as long as I feel I have energy for, and after that we'll see what happens. Yeah, so no plans, not trying to prove anything, not do more than I think I should, but not to be too concerned with the aches and the slight discomfort in the body. And with nothing like a good sickness to make you humble. Because when things are working, you're like, yes, I gotta do this, do that, do the other thing, and lots of projects. But all of a sudden you're like, okay, everything's on hold, not feeling very well. So move it slower, allows you to be a bit more mindful of your movements. Also trying to listen to what the body is trying to tell you, instead of pushing on with our agenda that we have. Yeah, and this is the skills that we all need, as everybody here is in their 30s and 40s and 50s already, that we need to listen to the body as it weakens, as bits and pieces are not working anymore. And like I said, it's also, to walk the walk. The body, there's certain symptoms. It doesn't have to be a cause for our suffering. We learn to adapt with it, learn to accept it is to this. You're sick, you take medication, you rest when it's appropriate. Then when you're not, you can do more. Just not much. No more, no less. No need to worry about, oh my God, what happens if I get COVID? Or we have to isolate, and who's going to feed us? And on and on and on it goes. And also it keeps us present, one step at a time. And it's also a great reflection that at least we do have the training of the Buddha, every one of us, to rely on these times of uncertainty, in time of great changes in the world. We have, we can rely on the truth that the Buddha points out to us. Everything is unstable, undependable, body and mind, external and internal. We'll learn to just be with what is and to make use of it as best as we can. We have more people in the monastery, we do more. We have less people, we don't do as much. It's okay. Not good, not bad. Having more people in itself is not great, it's just more activity. So we get to do more, but there's more business running around. More people to organize, more things to think about. We have less people, it's actually more simple. But yeah, things have to sit around for a while, broken and repaired. But it's not the end of the world. You've all been to many monasteries, you know that there's always things breaking down, bits and pieces. There's always renovation to be doing. There's always something's not working. Water pressure, water leaking, roof leaking. And it's fine. Even the best monastery in the world, I tell you, there's lots of maintenance issue coming up from time to time. And that's the nature of the world we live in. It is imperfect. The body will also break from time to time. Buildings outside break from time to time. Our relationship with other people gets tested. We get frustrated, disappointed, irritated from time to time. Not a problem. So that's the new mantra for the week. Right? Not a problem. Whatever comes up, you say, not a problem. You're healthy, it's good, not a problem. You're sick, not a problem. Do what needs to be done. We still have the Buddha and the Dhamma and the Sangha. We still have the truth that the Buddha taught us. And things are not going your way, like someone said, you always have suffering, dukkha. When you are frustrated, that's dukkha right there, front and center, nowhere to escape to. And it's through looking, understanding, studying the different negative feelings, negative experiences we have from time to time, that we truly understand the nature of dukkha, nature of stress, nature of expectations, the nature of judging, the nature of comparing yourself to others, and all the sufferings that will entail. Hopefully, as disciple of the Buddha, we're learning to move the mind towards more positive qualities of gratitude, of forgiveness, of acceptance, of rejoicing in the success of others, instead of getting jealous at other people's success or whatever. We rejoice in the goodness of others. And that's all we can do, day in and day out. Keep putting into practice the simple but powerful truths of what the Buddha taught us. Impermanence, stress, not so. Nothing is really under control. Can't even, control our body. How can you control anything else, really, truly, right? And like I say, yeah, it's a complicated machinery. The slightest things goes wrong, the whole thing starts to spin out. Yeah. And that's just the nature of the world we live in. And as you all been old enough to see, people getting older, just slightly different things. Someone, you have a sprain your ankle, all of a sudden you can't walk anymore, and then you don't exercise, and you gain 50 kilos, and then that affects your heart, and then you get more high cholesterol, and then you feel not so happy, so you eat more junk food. Pretty soon you got diabetes on top of that, and then it just goes. You can see how things go if you're not careful, if you're not mindful of our actions, and allow these things to spin out. But as practitioners, we're aware, we're present, hopefully every step of the way, making choices that will lead to wholesome states for yourself and others. And having this purity of intention, I think Ajahn's talk last week, we were discussing, he was giving us a title. It says it was like intention or something. But I was saying, it's too boring, Ajahn. You got to give some exciting slant to it. Otherwise, no one's going to listen. So we're just joking around. Says, well, intention to steer the mind towards positive. So I was joking. I told him, no, it's like more like as Buddhists, we say, intention. In the Buddhist perspective, intention. There's a saying in the world that good intention doesn't pay the rent, right? But as a Buddhist, intention pays the rent, completely pays the rent, because your intention pays the rent and also gets you all the way to Nibbana. From a Buddhist perspective, that is all about intention. But I don't think he might go for that. But I tell him, yeah, intention gets you to Nibbana. It's like, oh, we'll see. And it's the same, That's all we need to work on, really. Our intention of being peaceful, intention of forgiveness, of kindness, intention of letting go, relinquishing, intention of restraint, intention towards wholesome qualities. Sure, we get it wrong from time to time, and that's just the nature of human interactions. But we'll always go back to intention. Okay, yeah. How can I do this more skillfully? How can I learn to live with others in a way that brings out the positive in each and every one of us? How do we support each other and bring out everybody's good qualities? Sometimes in the world, it goes in the opposite direction. Through jealousy, comparison, we find people's weakness, we go for it, we push it as much as we can. We bring up all their failures, all their mistakes. Oh, remember that time when you did that wrong? And you overcooked the rice, and you forgot to turn the rice on, and this and that. People can go on and on like that in the world. Just try to make themselves look better by pointing the faults of others. But all it does is create disharmony and tension. And it's create what we call now the buzzword of a toxic environment. But in the monastery, particularly, we actually want to create a environment that is positive, that is nourishing, that is healthy for people to grow into themselves, to lean towards the positive qualities. And it does take intenting. Every day you got to get up and you got to move towards wholesome qualities. Not allow the mind to, it's easy to fault find with each other, fault find with ourselves, fault find with the external physical attributes of the monastery or whatever that we're working at. So it's always move towards gratitude, thoughts of gratitude and contentment, thoughts of appreciation. And that's something we have to consciously bring up day in, day out, moment by moment. How can I move with this? How do I work with this? But it is, what else are you going to do? We don't have any choice, right? You can be sick in your bed and start whinging and feeling sorry for yourself and get grumbling. I have so many plans. I'm going to do this, do that, and the other stuff. Why does it have to be sick? It's the most inconvenient time to be sick, We've got things to do. It's like, no, okay, that's what happens. You get sick from time to time. Not the end of the world. You have a rest. Take it easy. So, it is all about intention. Intention to cultivate wholesome states. Intending towards clarity. Intending towards peace, stillness. Not to distract ourselves. But also being honest to clear what intention is. I was given, I think I said yesterday, you can say, I just don't want to go anywhere because I like my practice, I want to be peaceful. Really? No, truly. Do you really want to be peaceful, or you don't want to go anywhere because you don't want to get contaminated, get sick, get people distract your precious peace that you develop? Yeah. So it's good to always test different things, your state of mind. How deep is the peace? How steady is the letting go? How strong is your metta to deal with not just your friends or people you don't want to get along with? How good, how strong is your metta just to accept the situation as it is and to work with that instead of trying to manage and manipulate to get your way so that you'll be just as comfortable. So on this Sunday night, on the full moon of December, I offer these few words for your reflection: a sickness, having wholesome intention, working with what you have, and just intending towards a new mantra for this week, not a problem. I offer that for your practice.